guys, we have an urgent information coming out. Chernobyl drone strike breaks radiation shield and nuclear disaster. This is not a good news here, guys. Absolutely not good news. I just feel like stuff like this is a false FLAG. So I believe what they're trying to do here, and when I say they, I'm talking about the alliances, NATO, they're trying to spike something here. They're trying to spark some kind of biblical war to activate Article 5. So if something big happens in this area, let's say radiation start to leak, and you guys know it's going to spread towards the European area, those radiation. And so NATO will see that as an act of war and declare Article 5. So we're going to see what's going on here, guys. This is very concerning. You guys already know the history of Chernobyl. That's some serious stuff. And nuclear power plants that could be catastrophic. All right, guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2. Holiday, Florida, 34691. All right, so it says here, a shield covering the destroyed nuclear reactor at Chernobyl is no longer blocking radiation from the disaster site in Ukraine, the UN nuclear watchdog has said. Now, this region has been getting hit, and you do have drones that's slamming this territory here, and a lot of these drones is coming from Ukraine. All right, so they're really trying to hit that. I mean, that's pretty risky. All right, so trying to hit that and then cause some kind of radiation and then blame Russia for it. Again, like I said, it's like a false FLAG. It says here, Crane said in a February, a Russian drone has struck the protective shelter housing the nuclear reactor at Chernobyl, the site of the world's worst nuclear disaster in 1986. They're acting like they don't launch drones. Crane launches more drones in that territory than Russia. By the way, for those of you that don't know, this area, I don't think it's this one here. I think it's another nuclear plant. If I'm not mistaken, I think Russians control that nuclear plant, if I'm not mistaken. It says here, a fire at the site was quickly extinguished, Ukrainian President Zelensky said at the time. The bear denied targeting the site. So, again, I do believe that they're not hitting the plants. It's them. Like I said, this is like a false FLAG. They trying to cause some kind of false stuff here. An explosion in reactor 4 at the nuclear power plant in the Soviet Union in April 1986. Lewis was only 2 years old. It says here, trigger what is widely considered the world's worst nuclear disaster in history. At least 30 has passed in the aftermath of the disaster, with millions more exposed to radiation. Now, imagine seeing that again. Imagine seeing that again. And throughout this war, ever since 2022, this region has been seeing some drones. And let's say it gets hit really hard. Let's say the damage is bad. Radiation starts to spread in the atmosphere. The wind blows west. And that radiation is going to hit the entire European area. European is going to be like, we are under attack. Article 4 activated. We're going to war. And they're going to blame the bear for it. They're going to blame Russia for it. It says here, the February drone strike severely damaged the shield called the new safe confinement, which has lost its primary safety functions, including the confinement capability, the International Atomic Energy Agency said on Friday. Other parts of the structure, like monitoring system, were unaffected, the watchdog said. The NSC replaced the rapidly constructed Soviet-era sarcophagus that had covered the nuclear disaster site For decades, the NSC is taller than the Statue of Liberty and designed to last for a century. Like I say, guys, this is a very concerning situation, very concerning news. We don't want to see anything happening to no nuclear power plant, period. These nuclear plants it could impact millions of lives. It would be brutal. It would be like nuclear. It's just not good. Limited temporary repairs have been carried out on the roof, but timely and comprehensive restoration remains essential to prevent further degradation, and ensure long-term nuclear safety. Now, the watchdog said that the drone strike had caused a major fire in the outer cladding. The watchdog also said its experts were traveling across Ukraine from early to mid-December to check on more than 10 electrical substations vital for nuclear power plants. The substations make sure the nuclear power plants can keep functioning safely and generate power for the country, the agency said. Now, Russia has persistently targeted Ukraine's energy infrastructure and ramped up strikes as bitter winter conditions set in. Ukraine Energy Ministry said on Sunday Russia has struck energy sites in the central Poltava region and in Chernobyl, north of Kiev, overnight. So, Ukraine's State Emergency Service described the strikes in Poltava as a massive combined strike on industrial and energy sites. One person was taken out in Chernobyl, officials said. Man. Again, my condolences and prayers to the families and friends that lost their loved ones. The country's energy ministry said on Saturday that Russian strike on the energy facility had forced the nuclear power plants to reduce how much power they generate, the IAEA said on Saturday. The Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant in southeastern Ukraine had temporarily lost all of site power overnight for the 11th time since February 2022. I believe this is the one that Russia controls. They have soldiers controlling Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's the one they're controlling. It says here the site has been under Russian control. Yep, that's the one. So the site has been under Russian control since the early weeks of the full-scale war back in 2022. So what people are saying? Well, the IAEA chief, Raphael, said on Friday that the watchdog has a team stationed permanently at the site and will continue to do everything it can to support efforts to fully restore nuclear safety and security at Chernobyl. It says here, repairs will take place next year. You guys already know next year is like 3 weeks. Repairs will take place next year, and the site will be fully restored when the war in the Eastern European country ends, the IAEA said. I pray that nothing happens in that area. Chernobyl is one of those catastrophic reports, and millions were impacted. I mean, just imagine you being impacted by radiation. The air is all impacted. I mean, breathing that thing in. I mean, it wasn't good. It was really bad back in 1986. So what are your thoughts on this one here, guys? And yeah, just very, very, very concerning news. And I did post this one over Grand Supreme News if you guys want to check it out. The president may walk away from Ukraine. This is coming out from the president's oldest son, Donald Trump Jr. He's basically sounding the alarm here. He's saying that it's a possibility my dad might walk away from all this, and he should. He should. Look, I know there's a lot of Americans out there, and supposedly the New York Post put out a news report statistic that 69% of Americans want Donald to send weapons to Ukraine. I don't know if that's legit, but it sounds baloney to me. But look, if Donald want to walk away from Ukraine, he should. Because number one, that's none of our business. Number two, we lost many equipments, and many money has been poured into that biblical war. The bear's too strong, too powerful. If we continue sticking our nose in this operation, we're going to be dragged into this biblical war, WW3. And what comes out of it, it ain't no kumbaya stuff. It's going to be nuclear stuff. It's going to be catastrophic things. The sun being blocked. Mushroom clouds all over the place. If you thought Chernobyl radiation was bad, nuclear between US, Russia, and Europeans, gonna make Chernobyl look like fireworks. Because the nukes that we have, the nukes that Russia has, are very powerful. And I'm not trying to spook no one, but again, they're very powerful. If we go to war with the bear, that's basically the outcome, nuclear. And that's something that Donald is trying to prevent. He doesn't want to drag us into this. And he said it many times, this is not my war. This is Joe. And I'm not going to be dragging the sleeping giant into this mess. So that's why he's trying to work in that peace deal. But it seems like it's not working because you get the Europeans. They have something else in mind. At this point, Donald, what he needs to do is, you guys take care of it. We are out of here. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And like, subscribe, and share. Check out the videos I posted today. All the videos link will be in the comments box. And make sure you check my third channel, Prepper Watch News. All right, so again, thank you so much for all the kind support. I really appreciate it, guys. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Once again, guys, $5 a month Patreon. We get you access to our live stream. We go live once a week. We talk about things that we cannot talk about in this platform. Also, I posted videos today. Those links will be in the comments box. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Put your faith and trust in Jesus Christ, for he's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father except through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Till next time later. Peace.